In 2016, Wells Fargo, one of the most respected banks in America, was caught doing something extraordinary. Its employees had secretly opened over 3.5 million fake accounts, fake credit cards, fake savings accounts, fake customers, all created without anyone's knowledge or permission. The investigation that followed expected to find a mastermind, a conspiracy, a room of executives who had planned this fraud from the top down. What they found instead was far more disturbing. Nobody had planned it. Nobody had ordered it. The fraud had emerged automatically, produced by a system that was functioning exactly as designed. And once you understand how that's possible, you will never look at a performance target, a school ranking, a hospital rating, or a corporate bonus the same way again. The moment a measure becomes produced the fraud. And the fraud continued for 14 years before the outside world noticed. This is what economists call incentive misalignment. The reward was attached to the wrong output. And once that happens, every rational actor in the system will find the most efficient path to the reward, regardless of whether that path produces anything of value. The Soviet nail factory. To understand how deep this pattern runs, you need to leave the modern corporate world entirely. In the Soviet Union, central planners set production quotas for state factories. One factory was assigned a nail quota measured in total quantity. Produce 1 million nails, receive full allocation of resources and wages. The factory produced 1 billion tiny, useless nails. Quota met, resources secured, mission accomplished. The planners saw the problem. They changed the metric. Now quotas were measured by total weight. The factory produced one enormous nail, impossible to use, perfectly heavy. Quota met again. The planners were not incompetent. The factory managers were not criminals. Both sides were following the logic of the system they were inside. The metric was a problem. And every time they replaced one bad metric with another, the system simply found a new way to satisfy the measure while abandoning the purpose. Now fast forward to American education under No Child Left Behind. Schools were rated and funded based on standardized test scores. Principals and teachers who produced high scores were rewarded. Those who didn't face consequences. What followed was not a nationwide conspiracy literacy among educators. It was a nationwide, rational response to an incentive. Schools narrowed their curriculum to tested subjects. Teachers coached students on test-taking strategy rather than critical thinking. In some districts, answer sheets were erased and corrected by administrators before submission. Test scores improved. Learning, by many measures, did not. The metric had replaced the mission, the metric that burned the world. In 2001, Enron was the 7th largest company in America. Its secret was a compensation system built around one number: stock price. Executives were paid in stock options. The higher the stock climbed, the wealthier they became. The incentive was rational: align executive rewards with shareholder value. What it actually aligned executives with was the appearance of shareholder value. Because a stock price does not measure a company's actual performance. It measures what investors believe about a company's performance, and beliefs can be manufactured. Enron's executives did not need to build a profitable energy company. They needed to build a story that made investors believe they were building a profitable energy company. And as long as the stock rose, the incentive was satisfied. Debt was hidden in off-balance sheet entities. Revenues were recorded before they existed. Partnerships were created to absorb losses the market would never see. Each decision was made by intelligent, educated people following the logic of their incentive structure. When Enron collapsed in December 2001, it was the largest bankruptcy in American history. Thousands of employees lost their retirement savings. Investors lost billions. And the compensation committee that designed the incentive structure had, by every technical measure, done their job correctly. Here is what connects Wells Fargo, the Soviet nail factory, NHS hospitals, No Child Left Behind, and Enron. None of them failed because of bad people. All of them failed because of bad measurement. The economist's phrase for this is incentive misalignment, but the deeper truth is something more philosophical. Every institution is a machine for producing outcomes. When you build that machine, you must answer one question: what will we reward? Whatever you reward, you will get more of. Not because people are greedy, though some are, but because in any system with limited time, limited attention, and real consequences for performance, rational people will optimize for what is being measured. The danger is not that people will game the system maliciously. The danger is that they will follow it logically. And logic applied to the wrong metric produces outcomes nobody wanted and nobody ordered and nobody can easily stop. Goodhart's law does not discriminate. It operates in hospitals and hedge funds, in schools and Soviet factories, in social media platforms and pharmaceutical sales forces. The moment the measure becomes the target becomes the enemy of the thing you are actually trying to build. You do not get what you want, you get what you measure. And if you measure the wrong thing long enough, the right thing disappears entirely. If this made you think differently about how systems are designed, drop a comment below. What institution do you think is currently optimizing for the wrong metric? And if you want to keep pulling these invisible structures apart, subscribe. There's more to uncover.